Hey there, YTPC. It's your boy Cosmo, the Cat Dad Piper. Hope you're having a great day whenever or wherever you find this. Coming to you from a cooler day out on the deck with the sun shining, and it's March 31st. Doing this as my introduction video, as my entry to say I'm in to Paladin Piper, who's hosting the CODGER Challenge 2025. If you've never done the CODGER Challenge, I highly recommend it. It's a good way to get to know a tobacco and a couple of pipes. This year, doing something a little bit different. Asked us to take 2 tobaccos at least and blend them, create a blend, and name the blend. And we'll discuss what I have for a blend in just a moment. But up front, I'm going to say I'm going to wait to name it till after I've had a few bowls of it and get a little taste for it and see what I think it should be named. The other part of the challenge is we're only smoking 4 pipes this month. So 4 pipes, 1 tobacco, and one of them has to be like a CODGER or an over-the-counter pipe, meaning something like a Medico or a Dr. Grabo or Grabo, or however you pronounce it, or a cob pipe, something like that. So I'm going to go over here in this video and discuss the blend that I put together yesterday, mix that up, and then I'll go over the 4 pipes I'm going to be smoking this month. So first of all, the blend. I've got this in a jar, and it's only 2 things, or 2 tobaccos, equal parts, and I went about it just kind of looking, okay, what tobaccos do I have bulk of that I can mix together and have enough to get me through the month. So this is 1 part Classic CODGER Blend Carter Hall, and it is a let's take a look there. The other part is a unnamed Cherry Cavendish. I believe I received a big bulk bag of it a while back from a viewer and had it jarred up, and a little reserve yet in the bag. Don't know what type of Cherry Cavendish is. They didn't specify, otherwise I would have written down on the jar what it was, but I suspect maybe like a Lane 1Q or a Lane Cherry, very cherry. Sorry, I can't speak today, didn't have enough coffee. But so it's kind of a relatively mild cherry flavor. It's definitely there, but it's not going to be anything as bold as like a Blood Red Moon. Thought I'd do a little jar note. And oh my gosh, with the Carter Hall, it smells fantastic. I know a lot of times when you open up a Carter Hall, you get this big smell of like milk chocolate and cocoa. And I'm smelling cocoa. Smelling a little creaminess. And then let me mix it up here a little bit. Tried mixing it in the jar as adding it in layers. There's a little bit of cherry, but not a whole lot, but enough all together. Oh my gosh. It smells like it used to be my dad's favorite candy, the little chocolate covered cherries that would have like a little, either like a cream or a clear gel in it. Kind of look like a egg with a red yolk when you broke it open. That's what it smells like. Now that'll be interesting because I enjoy aromatics. And this, because of the Carter Hall, I would say it's maybe a semi-autumn aromatic. It'll be interesting if I love it or I'm just sick and tired of it by the time I'm done with it this month. Now let's go over the 4 pipes. I was going to have them all be like classic CODGER over-the-counter pipes, but I did change one of them. And we'll do that one last and get into the why behind it, and there is a why. But the first tobacco pipe I'm having, it's probably the last one I purchased. It's a nice, very nice panel Medico pipe. Probably my largest bold Medico pipe. I love this pipe. I got this from Heritage Pipes on eBay and Facebook, who refurbishes and sells pipes. And this has been a terrific smoker. So that's pipe number 1, the panel Medico. I don't know the actual names for my Medicos. Second one looks like it's a Frank Medico. Got that F there on the stem. Just a nicely kind of etched bowl. Kind of an average or slightly larger than average bowl for Medico. Lightweight. And to me, Medico is the best smoker. Second only to maybe Savinelli's for me. Third pipe, changing it up, is a one of the few Peterson pipes I have. Or not Peterson. Sorry. Dr. Grabo. So this is a Dr. Grabo pipe. And it looks like it's just like a, I don't know, bent billiard. Got some etching and I don't know if we'd call it rustication or carving on the sides. Kind of a smaller to medium bent pipe. This might be my only Dr. Grabo that I own. But this is the very first pipe that I purchased. Well, the first pipe I owned was my grandfather's pipe. But several years ago, talking 12, 13 years ago now, hard to believe it's been that long, the first time I tried getting into pipe, before I discovered YTPC and figured out my technique and how to pack a bowl and light a bowl, this was the first pipe I purchased. I think it was around 30 bucks or maybe cheaper back then. Picked it up near the local college in town. There's a, on what they call the hill, which is kind of like the college street. There's a, I think they called it a Hill Street News and Tobacco store, which is basically a convenience store that sells beer and cigarettes and magazines, and if you're lucky, they might have some bulk tobacco and a couple pipes in the front case. And there was like 2 pipes to choose from in the case, and I found this one. Picked this up, it's my first pipe. Don't smoke it a whole lot, but it's a very enjoyable pipe. So we'll kind of see throughout the month how a Grabo smokes versus a Medico. But I think Medico is going to be the preferred method there. And then the last pipe, a little bit different, a little bit fancier. Not an over-the-counter. I believe this is a 2023 Savinelli St. Nicholas, because I think that was when the blue stem came out, the 320. And the reason I kind of changed gears for that last pipe is because I've been a firm believer that when it comes to aromatic blends, nothing beats a 320 pipe. I think a wider bowl just allows those aromatics to spread out and produces a better smoke when it comes to aromatic tobaccos. So it'll be interesting to see if that remains true after a month of doing, at least 2 bowls of each pipe this month, and seeing if that's true, if I do get a better aromatic smoke out of the 320 versus a standard pipe or another style or shaped pipe. So that's my lineup of the pipe and tobacco. My goal is to maybe either Saturdays or Sundays do a weekly update, kind of let you know the experience I've had, any issues I've had, maybe let you know what I think of the tobacco. Don't know if I'll give a count as far as how many times I've smoked each pipe. We'll see. But thanks again, Paladin Piper. If you're not following him, go check him out for all the details. Throw your name into the ring. He's going to be giving away some prizes for people that choose to participate. And if you're not familiar with Pat, he's a very generous guy, so sure there'll be some nice prizes. And his channel's got a lot of great content. And we certainly appreciate him in the YTPC. This is, I believe, the 3rd or 4th year in a row that he's taken up the helm and created the CODGER challenge. So it continues to be a time-honored April tradition in the YTPC. But anyways, I'm going to maybe... It's March 31st. I might have some other tobacco and enjoy it while I can. Today, maybe have a bowl or 2, a little cool out. And then we'll get started with the CODGER Challenge 2025. As always, thanks for watching. God God bless, and we'll see you soon.